How's it going, everybody? I hope you're all doing well today. Now today, I wanted to make an updated web pull guide. This video will be treated more as a part 2 to my first web pull guide, so if you haven't seen that before, I recommend you check that out. I'll leave that linked above. And if you don't want to watch it, so let's get right into it. Now, Spider-Man has received an amazing buff to his movement speed, and it is a different game playing him now. His BHops go so far, you can go absolutely flying, so I thought it'd be nice to do a little updated version, give a few more tips, and maybe break down anything I left out. Now, if you're going for a crazy web pull, the two styles I see are just the regular uppercut with the web swing, or you could do a web swing, cancel by your web cluster, and then do a jump into an uppercut, which actually gives you a little more momentum. You'll see there doing that when I hit the mat border, which is absolutely insane. Now, me personally, I tend to do the first style more, but I want to practice the web cluster cancel a little bit more so I can get that down. Because if you time it just right, you go absolutely flying. But like I said, me personally, right now I like to just do it with the normal uppercut. But for pulls where you have to go a lot further, I will be trying to get this BHop down, as I think it's very good. You see me struggling with it a little bit, but it's not the hardest thing to do, honestly. I just gotta keep at it, and if you do it too, you'll master it. For BHopping with the web cluster, I noticed that when you do that flip, about halfway through the flip, when you do your uppercut, that's when you get the crazy momentum. So I want to do the flip a few times just so you can get an understanding on how to do it. So when you jump to do the BHop, then you do your web swing into the cluster. Right after you do the cluster, you want to do your jump, and that's when you get the flip, like that. And you can just spam it a few times when you have the infinite cooldowns, do it over and over again. And you'll see, even if you wait a second to do it, you already get a bit of momentum. So if you apply the uppercut in the middle of your flip momentum, you go flying. Now, I obviously hit that first try. I just cut away to a different location to show you a bit wider range. So, like me, if you want to practice this BHop, the way I personally am going to do it is practice the web cancel over and over again, just so you can get the flip. And just watch the flip over and over, and then while I'm doing this, I'll do an uppercut while I'm flipping. And then once I'm doing that over and over, I'll find the timing, and I'll be able to do it naturally. And with this new movement speed buff, Spider-Man has some really weird new things he can do, like some secret techs. Like if you go to a wall and just do a web swing, you go flying like that. And if you look at the ground and do a web swing, you normally do a flip like this. But if you cancel it with a web cluster and jump, sometimes you just teleport across the map. And there's so many other weird ones. Like if you're doing that flip I told you about, if you hold backwards instead of forward, you do a backflip like this. And then you can apply that to your BHop and sometimes go backwards, to the side. It's really weird. There's a lot of weird movement tech with Spider-Man. I'm sure there's some guide out there that somebody's figured out everything with the new update already. So if I find that, I'll leave that linked in the description with the creator. So moving on to aiming your web pull, with the new movement speed buff and how fast you go, I recommend the second aim style from my first video. If you don't know what that is, I talked about how when you're going past the target, I like to let the momentum carry my crosshair into the target, and then I do my web pull. I'll show you an example of this. Like that. I didn't go very fast, I just wanted to show you how to do it. And the way I think about it in my head is like a compass tool. You know, like map makers, not the north, south, east, west, the little thing with the pencil. You spin it around. Think of your enemy as the center point for that compass tool, like the axis. And then you're the mouse, the controller, whatever you're moving, you're the one pivoting around that center point. So find that center point, which will be your target, and use your mouse or whatever your controller to spin around that target, and you'll find it very easy to hit these pulls consistently. And you can still aim however you want, you can flick it, do whatever you want, but with the new movement speed buff, I just find it very easy to aim in this specific way. You go so fast that it's like, why am I going for this crazy flick? Let me just set my aim, and then my movement speed is just going to put my crosshair onto my target, and then I can go for the pull. Sure, you can say, oh, what if they're moving? What if they're doing this? But most of the time, when you're going by that fast, how much moving are they going to be able to do? Really? Like, sure, they can throw out a jump, they could be strafing a little bit, but if you get this aim style down, you'll be able to hit that very consistently. And a tip I'd like to give for aiming like this is don't anticipate too long. It's very easy to like spin around them and just wait on your target and try to get the perfect moment. But once you hit that crosshair on your target, like that, go for the pull. It's very simple. But if you're doing this and you prefer to flick and you're missing every time, try to see how you're missing. Say you're going for the pull and you're over flicking left to right, like you're going above them, maybe your sensitivity is too high. You're trying to flick it and you're not going far enough, maybe your sensitivity is too low. But if you're doing a mix of both, just give it a little more practice. Maybe your aim's not the issue, you just haven't done it enough. When you're learning something like this, there's always going to be a bit of nerves in the game. Sure, you can do it easily in practice, you'll probably even be able to get very consistent in practice, but once you hop in the game and try to do it, it's a whole different thing. It's like, oh wait, I'm supposed to jump, what am I supposed to do here? Wait, who do I go for, you know? So just don't only do it in the practice range, apply it into games while you're practicing so you can get those nerves out of the way and combine the two, and you'll be a master at this very easily. But if you do think your aim is the issue and your sensitivity is messed up, I have an aim guide uploaded to my channel and I really think it'll help you out. Now next up, I wanted to talk about target selection on your pulls. Let's give an example here. Say you're at the start of a match and you're going for a pull off the edge and you see two tanks walk out. They have Doctor Strange and they have Groot. Are you going to get the Doctor Strange who walked out first, or are you going to wait a second and get that Groot who's behind them? If you're instantly going for the first target you see and not thinking about their abilities, your success rate isn't going to be as high as somebody who knows abilities, knows escapes, and knows who to target. So just try to think about who can escape your pulls. I don't like to pull Spider-Man, Bucky, Magic, flying characters, even Doctor Strange. Now Doctor Strange, that doesn't have to be every time though. He only has one escape, which is his cape where it rises him up, and he doesn't get that very often. So once he uses that ability, that's when you can go for Doctor Strange. Same with somebody like Bucky. If you see Bucky use his dash, his little dash uppercut thing, go for a pull on the Bucky. He has no escape now. You see Magic do a dash and then two portals, don't pull Magic. Stay away from Magic. And going for these pulls doesn't have to be for the crazy across the map pull clip every time where you're going for the 10,000 view clip. Holy shit, mom get the camera. Yeah, it doesn't have to be for that. It can be finding a very reliable spot on the map with an edge and just sitting there and getting pulls over and over and over. Personally, my favorite Spider-Man map is Tokyo 2099 because there's like 4 spots where you can pull off the map. But here's 2 different maps with some spots I like to sit on consistently.
Gotcha.
When spots like these are in play, I'm not even going for the assassin pick consistently or swinging around or whatever. I'm waiting on the spot and getting the pull. You know how insane it is when you're starting a fight and you're 2 tank versus 2 tank and all of a sudden a full HP tank gets deleted? If you played Overwatch, I'm sure you do. You've suffered through Roadhog. So find spots like these and get your pull down consistently. When you're sitting on a spot, it is so much easier to hit a pull than if you're flying across the map. So if you can just get your aim down and get good at anticipating targets' movements, your pulls and your effectiveness as a teammate is going to go up so much and your teammates are going to love you. And if you want to practice regular pulls, there's always this area down here. Set it up to wherever you want. Say you want to get good at pulling tanks, but you're getting too nervous when you do it, throw up a tank. Throw up Groot, Doctor Strange, whoever, turn on the random movement speed, make it super fast, turn off the timer, and just start going for the pulls. Walk around, swing around, do it however you want. It doesn't have to be any crazy practice. If you can just anticipate a target's movement and get the pulls down consistently, that's going to help you so much as a Spider-Man player. Now in doing this, pick out one of the targets and imagine you have a ledge in front of you. And just go for the pull over and over. And it doesn't have to be just Groot. Throw up any character like this on this super fast movement speed and your pulls are going to become so consistent. And if you need any more help with your Spider-Man, I stream on Twitch and I do VOD reviews at the end of my stream. So come join in, give me a match, and I'm happy to help out. I'm even going to upload some of those on here. So if you want to see yourself on the channel, come join in. And that's going to be all for today. I really hope these guides help you be the best Spider-Man you can be. And if you have any more guides you want me to do, be sure to leave it in the comments. If you just have any general questions, be sure to ask. I'm happy to respond. So, thank you very much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed. Good luck in your games!